Episode 69 of AFC Fylde Still We Rise begins with news from the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. The Sky Bet Championship, like a lot of other leagues, has been shut down for the past 7 or 8 weeks. And over in Qatar, there has been a World Cup winner crowned. England did pretty well. Surprising. They won 3-0 in the quarter-final against Belgium, having overcome Switzerland in the second round. They then contested the semi-final against France, but came up short. A 3-0 loss this time against the team that would progress on to the final. They would play Brazil in a rematch of the 1998 World Cup final over in France, without the Ronaldo shenanigans, mystery, maybe illness, injury, whatever that was. They beat Spain in their semi. That set up a final where France got the win in extra time, 3-2 over the Brazilians. In the third place playoff, England played Spain and unfortunately finished place 4th in the World Cup 2022. A couple of positives though for England. Marcus Rashford with 5 goals, Phil Foden 4 assists, and I tell you what, Ravel Morrison, second best player in the tournament. The Vancouver Whitecaps midfielder representing Jamaica came away with an average rating of 8.35. Pretty impressive, behind only Spain's Coquet. A couple of things that I did want to just look at before we go. One of them is England's team. I wanted to show you their lineup from the game. So they played a very defensive 5-4-1. Bit interesting. Pickford at the back, and then it was Holding, Stones and Maguire, an eclectic trio, I think we can all agree, there in defence. Gomez, the right back, not Alexander-Arnold. Luke Shaw, a left back. And then things got a bit strange up further forward. Raheem Sterling on the right, that seems right. Phil Foden in the middle, yeah, again, seems all above board. James Maddison, left wing, is that somewhere he plays? I'm not a massive viewer of Leicester games, so it may be. Harry Kane up front, but the interesting one, Ronaldo Vieira in central midfield. Now, I know that he started his career at Leeds and has since returned to Liverpool from Sampdoria, because I'm a little bit of a Sampdoria buff. He's not a first choice. He's only he's only started 4 games this season for Liverpool. But I didn't think that he was English or eligible for England. I'm guessing that his training in Leeds has made him so, but he was actually born in Bissau, and he's also eligible for Portugal. Made his international debut against Belgium in June 2021, so interesting. Surprise name in the England lineup there. On the bench, however, plenty of youth, plenty of pace and power. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Tammy Abraham, Trent Alexander-Arnold's there, Dele Alli, Tomori, Kyle Walker, and Ben Chilwell. Mason Mount getting on the pitch. The goals from France, interestingly, all from defenders, so I suspect there was a lot of set pieces involved here. Mendy, Hernandez and Mukiele getting on the score sheet for the French, who had Martial up front, supported by Mbappe and Antoine Griezmann. Back with AFC Fylde, things haven't really been moving since you were last here because of the sort of league shutdown. The last time we were on YouTube, we won against Aston Villa. Big win, 2-1. That took us to 3 wins on the bounce. Then we lost against Norwich at Carrow Road. Bit disappointing, that one. To get us back in something like match shape, we've played the Fylde under-23s, winning 3-1, but then lost to Rochdale 1-0, our affiliate club. The less said about this one, and the goal scored by Callum Camps, the better. We've now got 2 home fixtures to come. Brentford here in the Championship, and then Wolves in the FA Cup 3rd round. Luckily for me, the board do not consider the FA Cup a priority. We're just told to be competitive there. We've exceeded expectations in the Carabao Cup, and of course we're doing so well in the Championship now, just 3 points shy of Norwich, who of course beat us last time out. We were level on points. We're only 4 behind Crystal Palace. But the likes of Bristol City, I think they've won 6 in a row now, are coming for us. Swansea, they're in 7th. They're 5 points back. In terms of our team selection, there does need to be a bit of a switch around. Javan Malcolm picked up a concussion in training, so unfortunately he's not going to be available. Brian Fiabima is often our right winger. He's injured at the moment, as is Paul Gallagher, who would be a potential replacement. What I am going to do is bring in David Ball to start up front. Ball or Rooney? Yeah, Ball's fitter. So that's what we're going with in terms of our bench. David Ball starts up front. De Groot on the left with Dos Santos on the right. Don't expect him to play a full game. Probably De Jager's going to come on about the hour mark. Seth Fabregas and Tom Walker in midfield, backed up by Adam Lewis. Then you've got Barry Douglas, Shotton Elphick, Luke Burke in defence with Mitch Walker in goal. I'm pretty satisfied with that. It's a big day today, obviously. It's the Boxing Day fixtures, traditional big day in the Championship. Palace play Reading, the league leaders, Crystal Palace, at home at Selhurst Park. That should be a good game, in fact. And Norwich away at QPR. Last time out, I think we had a look at the available jobs. There aren't that many anymore, I have to tell you. They've all gone, basically. The ones that are there are mostly international jobs following the World Cup, and international management is not really something that I want to get in. However, best wishes to John Terry, who could get the Leyton Orient job. Who knows? In terms of our own league, Brentford's Vladimir Ivic is very insecure. He's the only one that is a bit on the bubble at the minute. So he has been quite magnanimous in the build-up to this game. Whether that lasts beyond the result, we shall find out. The only thing that I'm going to do before we get started is I'm going to mark their striker, Kieran Bowie. He is pretty good. And in fact, I am just going to do a job with Barry Douglas on Canos. In fact, both fullbacks are going to man mark their opposition, just because I know that they are pretty dangerous. What will happen now, of course, is that the one attacking player that we don't mark will get the goals. But I want to give us every chance of getting something from this game. It's going to be tough. Brentford are a really good side. I just hope that we don't cause some big individual errors. They seem to be the ones that get us the most. As Craig Shaw, our new assistant, following Spenny the Penny's departure, fails to inspire the players whatsoever. We give a traditional encourage shout to start the game. I know a lot of managers use the demand more. That's not really me unless things are going really badly. I try to stay away from that. But a fairly even start. No shots for either side. It'll be Brentford that first get one off, I would imagine. That normally is what happens. As Nedelku, names are not my strong point, picks up a booking. There's a free kick delivery in by Barry Douglas, and it is headed over. So Fylde, the first to get a shot off in anger, unfortunately over the bar, as Hull are drawing 1-1 with Swansea. Middlesbrough up against Stoke. As here we go, throw in high up the pitch. Got to look out for the counter attack though. But it's De Groot, and De Groot with a great finish. A turn and finish from Barry Douglas is throw in. Exciting stuff. I don't think I've seen a throw-in goal this season. De Groot his movement just bamboozles the defence. Bamboozles my words as well. And then fires right across goal into the bottom corner. Often overlooked this season, I have to say, for Fiabima, the normally our right winger. So De Groot has been a bit in the shadows, but has come through in the past sort of few games just before the break, as Fiabima suffered some injury concerns. Now it's another it's another effort. Shotton should have scored that one. A great ball in from Barry Douglas, really putting it on a play. As Nottingham Forest go 3-0 up against Blackpool. That is to be expected, to be honest. As is that there. Bristol City ahead at Blackburn. Bristol City are flying at the moment. They are. I think this will make it 7 wins on the spin for the Bristolians. Is that a word? Probably not. but Fylde lead at the Globe Arena. So for new viewers, I should say Fylde are at the Globe Arena because Mill Farm is being renovated. So we are ground sharing with Morecambe at the minute. I'm tempted to take Fabregas off. I never like doing that. But I'm going to bring on Nick Horton, who really has deserved a bit more of a go. Unfortunately, though, just haven't been capable. Both Paul Gallagher and Cesc Fabregas are probably the two most experienced players. Have been really playing well in midfield. There's just been no way of shifting those. And Tom Walker has been a superstar ever since day one when we were in the National League. So he certainly is not going to be out of the team here. But it is a free kick for Brentford. This is a dangerous situation. Custodio. Oh, it's just headed over by Christie. Unlucky. But on the hour, we are just going to make a quick change. We're going to bring off Dos Santos. I think he's putting a bit of a shift down the right. Not really much to celebrate. Now, Askan Dajaga he was our World Cup player. He is to leave soon as well. He's off to Iran for another international tournament. Can't remember which one. I think it might be... Oh, I'm going to really confuse myself with geography now. Iran have a tournament coming up and he has been selected. But Brentford are popping the ball around. Bowie is through on goal. Good save by Mitch Walker. Stood up tall to Bowie, who really did get off the back of Elphick there, his marker. Douglas with another delivery. These have been good. It's De Groot. And it's right across goal to Sol Shotton. On loan from Villa, his first of the season. And it's thanks to that great cross there from Kenneth De Groot. The on loan Manchester United man. He beats Christie, gets the ball into the back post. And there is Shotton. Highest of all to head home. 2-0 against Brentford. I'll tell you what. Their manager is not looking so secure anymore. Custodio, I have to say, the best player on the pitch. At an 8.2 rating. So not sure what he's doing. Our best is Sol Shotton with an 8. But this could be Brentford back into the game here. Christie, oh, it's a good strike, narrowly wide. They've really got some quality, I have to say, Brentford. Just seem to be a bit unlucky at the moment. As Douglas with the throw-in. Just need to take it easy now. Oh, Tom Walker went for it, didn't he? Oh, he deserved a goal as Brentford changed their formation. Horton with the corner kick and Raya, he claims it. Raya? Answers on a postcard for that one. But as you can see, we are just dominating things in defence now. As we have another corner. Nick Horton in. And it should have been a goal. Elphick offside. But David Ball had a great opportunity there. Custodio with the delivery. Back post. And De Groot going to chase the ball down. Good lad. Let's keep the pressure on. Oh, it's a goal. Sergi Canos. He has got one back for Brentford in the dying embers of the game. Okay. Let's, I think it may be time to employ the dark arts. Here we go. Mentality is going to be defensive. Attacking with narrow, that's fine. No more playing out or playing into space. We're not working the ball. We're going to dribble less and we're going to be more disciplined. We'll play for set pieces. Tempo right down, time wasting right up. And there we go. So let's get our confirmed changes. In fact, let's make a substitution while we're here as well. Let's do that at the next time we're able. Just to take some minutes away, I'm going to bring on Adam Rooney for David Ball. A few seconds to go. This should be it now. Game over. Thank you. Blow the whistle. Come on, Coot, referee. There we go. That's a big win. Predicted a draw, did Jack Cole at Sky Sports. Well, you've got egg on your face, my friend. Let's just congratulate the boys. They did play very well. Well done, everybody. 2-1. I mean, I'm not happy about the lack of clean sheet, but You have done us proud to get us back on the winning run following the international break. They hold firm, yeah, to deny Brentford. Fylde have won 4 of their last 5 home games. That's the type of run that we're going to need to go on. I feel sorry for Vladimir Ivic. When asked about the result and it going in favour of AFC Fylde, did his criticism of Charlie Tango's overachievement have on the match? I think our performance shows that Charlie and his side have really benefited from complacency on the part of their opponents. Fair enough. I was very disappointed with our commitment and application despite our superior ability. Simple hard work was the difference today. Absolutely, hard work was indeed. And in fact, let's attend the press conference. Why not? Do I think his comments had any... No, not really. I mean, we got a great result out there. Yeah, let's give him a bit of support, shall we? Puts pressure on Norwich. They're a good team. I'm expecting a strong response. I am, actually. I don't comment on opposition players as a rule. Not interested in that. Well, I'll be looking to tie... that never goes well. I mean, if you say no, he's going to be disillusioned. If you say yes, he's never going to sign for us. Not the amount of money that he costs. We are one of the most proficient tackling outfits. That's it. Boom. Get stuck in. So there you have it. Fylde hold firm and now a level over with Norwich. What did Crystal Palace do? Oh no. Palace a 0-0 draw with Reading. See, I thought that was going to be an exciting game. Unfortunately, they can only get a draw, which means that they could be knocked off top spot by Norwich, who play... Well, they play an additional fixture at some point, I would imagine, but not for a while. Ah, right, okay. So, a bit strange. I expected Norwich to be sort of playing a midweek fixture or something like that. No, not happening. Well, be that as it may. So Bristol City did get their win. That's kept their momentum going. While Norwich... sorry. Right, my bad. Norwich play later at QPR. Shall we wait and see that result then? Shall we see if that comes in? Just because we could see a change in the league. The lead of the league. Sorry. I don't think there's any value in talking it. I know full well what he's saying. Shall we see? Right, we've got another 15 minutes to go, game time, before we find out what happened as Norwich went to QPR. And it's a 3-0 win for Norwich. There you go. Norwich City are now top of the Championship. Palace knocked off the summit. But it's getting a bit tight up there, isn't it? We've now got a 6-7 point advantage back to Preston in 7th to keep us in the playoffs. As you can see though, form-wise, Norwich, Bristol City, they are going to be up there. Yeah, even Preston as well. They're doing well. Because it was Swansea up in 7th. They're down in 10th now. So lots of things happening in Sky Bet Championship. But in terms of ourselves, here we are. 3rd place. Only 2 points off an automatic promotion spot to the Premier League. Can you believe that? I can barely. Thank you for joining me for episode 69. Episode 70, I think we're playing Swansea. I think we are, because we've only got 4 episodes left of this series, which means that pretty much it's going to be 1 in January, 1 in February, 1 in March, and then the last game against Blackpool in April. So I think we're going to play a few games now. It was going to be Swansea, but I might do Preston instead. Local game against another side here in Lancashire. I think we do Preston, and then the plan was Palace. Yeah, Palace at the end of February. Then probably something like, I think it was going to be Reading, but I think we'll shuffle that around again. So episode 73 will be Millwall, maybe? West Brom, Middlesbrough, something like that. Maybe Stoke, who knows. And then the last episode, episode 74, where this series was always going to end, will be Blackpool at home. So look forward to that. Keep your eye out, keep your notifications on, give us a like, a subscribe, do all those wonderful things. Of course, Football Manager 21, the momentum has started to go that way now, so people will be finishing off their series. So just give them a subscribe and a support in that way when their new series come out with the beta, however you pronounce it. You'll be there to find out exactly what they've got planned. In terms of myself, interestingly, now this should go out on Friday this week, by which point Carl Robinson will have been appointed Western Sydney Wanderers boss from Newcastle Jets. Now I was going to manage Western Sydney Wanderers as part of a save with A-League FC on YouTube over the coming season, and I think that will change because I never like taking the job of somebody who's not started, despite having done that with this very save with AFC Fylde and Jim Bentley. The plan was to take over a club where there was a little bit of stability so that we could find out what happened with the new managers. I think that's quite an exciting part of Football Manager, is to find out what happened. So the initial idea was to take over from JP Di Marini at Western Sydney Wanderers. He has now been dismissed, sacked, left by mutual consent, whatever it was, and they've gone big on Carl Robinson. The Jets suffering some ownership issues. There's a bit of worry about their sort of consistency. So I'm going to have to find probably a new A-League club, and it's got to be one where there's been the same manager from last season to this. So I'm not taking away, finding out how somebody did. Don't know who that's going to be though. I mean, right now it's Central Coast Mariners off the top of my head, but who knows? I don't really like editing a database. So, for example, Patrick Kisnorbo is the new manager at Melbourne City. I mean, that's an idea. Do I move him back to his assistant manager role and take over there? I'm not sure. Alan Stajic is the boss at Central Coast Mariners and does a really good job there. Well, he certainly made them more difficult to beat over the last season, despite them earning the wooden spoon, a dubious distinction if ever there was one. Because the A-League doesn't have relegation, the team at the bottom is often awarded with a wooden spoon position. I'm not sure. I'd want Stadge to stay on as a director of football type or something. I don't know. The A-League season won't begin until the 27th of December, it looks like. So there's quite a lot of time to go. So if we do start a series with the A-League, it's probably going to have to be sort of truncated in two parts, because there's everything from now up until the season gets underway, because players will come and go, managers will come and go. It's a really interesting situation there. Perhaps I postpone that for now and wait until the season starts, because it was noted actually on A-League FC on their Twitter account that it's pointless starting a season on something like FIFA 21 with an A-League side, because the players will be so different by the time that the actual season begins that the clubs will be barely recognisable. It's a really interesting situation there, and one for the future to worry about. I do have plenty of save ideas planned and stuff to sink my teeth into once we begin with Football Manager 21. And as part of the research team, as part of my role as an assistant researcher for AFC Fylde, there's obviously the testing, there's obviously getting involved with the beta and the feedback and things like that. So deadlines coming up for submission of the A-League the AFC Fylde data. So that is something to look forward to in the coming weeks. But as you've seen today, AFC Fylde are here in the Championship. We're third, and maybe we've got a shot at promotion. The schedule looks bad for the coming weeks. Let's be honest. I mean, away games, we're at QPR, Birmingham, Forest. Then we've got Swansea, who's no pushover either. So it's going to be tough to maintain that. If we're still in the playoffs by the time Preston comes around, I will be very impressed. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.